Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for watching this online video discussion. So for today's discussion, we're gonna talk about social and emotional literacy. Okay, so social and emotional literacy, or also known as SEL or SEL, is a process of developing the self-awareness, self-control, and interpersonal skills that are vital for school, work, and life success. As a teacher as well, this is the very of course important thing that you need to manage, di ba? On how will you handle your students emotionally and socially, di ba? Ang mga bata kasi, iba-iba kasi yung ugali niyan. Minsan kasi, may mga bata may encounter na alam naman natin, really, like, very mischievous, very makulit, mahirap i-mold. May mga bata naman na madaling pasunurin, madaling ituro. And as a teacher, we need to control ourselves and of course be able to manage ourselves on how to handle all of those type of students. After all, hindi lamang po kasi students na maging karap natin pag tayo po ay nasa academe na. Makakarap din po natin ng ating mga co-workers, your colleagues, your boss, your supervisors, and of course other stakeholders ng inyong school. So people with strong social emotional skills are better able to cope with everyday challenges and benefit academically, professionally, and socially, of course. So be mindful of that one. So social skills. So concerned itself with the development of social skills, knowledge, and positive human values that enable human beings to act positively and responsible in the range of complex social skills. It is the knowledge of how to behave and treat other people in a way that is, nakabold po yan, morally upright, just, and equitable. So, kung pansinin nyo sa ating mission vision ng school natin, di ba, morally upright individual, of course, if you graduated here in CVS, you need to apply, or you need to, of course, isabuhay yung ating mission vision na binabanggit natin galing sa school. So being able pagiging isang socially dito na intelligent na tao, di ba? So kailangan alam natin kung paano tayo makipagsalamuha, hindi lamang sa inyong mga estudyante, sa inyong mga colleagues, sa parents, as well as sa different stakeholders ng school, okay? So with a view of promoting positive and productive relations that are free from unfair prejudices, hate, and discrimination. So regardless po ng race, age, gender, or kung saan po nagmula ang inyong mga nakakasalamuha. So range mo the ability to initiate, maintain, and end conversation through reading social signals to more complex skills such as solving problems and resolving conflicts. So we got here our multiple social skills, diba? So develop alliances, coordination, being competent, of course, be able to help others. No, it's an ability. Yeah, learning. So, learning na kung paano mag-handle ng mga problems na bigla nag-arise out of nowhere or any inconvenience. So, mentoring, acquiring, thinking, relations, and so on and so forth. So, morally upright naman tayo. So, thoughts, speech, actions, and motivations that adhere to the standard of right and wrong. So, of course, ayan, being morally upright dito na tao, 'di ba? Standard siya ng ating society kung ano dapat ang tama o of course hindi. So just refers to speech, actions, and behaviors that are in line with the fixed standard of justice. So, justice, a system that promotes reward good at the same time punish the wrongdoing. So, meaning technically, yung word na just, isa po siyang standard na nakasulat po. Nakalaw po siya madalas po si just. So, kung ito pong ginagawa, is it justifiable for us? So, for you to handle the students na mga makukulit, justifiable ba na patayuin sila? Of course, now hindi na pwede kasi bawal na po mga corporal punishment. Bawal nang patayuin sila. So, of course, we need to abide ng mga ordinal law na. So, yan. So, in line po sa ating constitutions and mga republic acts na mga Minandate. Equitable, so refers to speech, actions, behavior, and decisions that treat others fairly regardless of background and circumstances. Familiar tayo sa picture na to, no? Equality and equity, di ba? So, of course, as a teacher, you need to know, ano nga ba yung pangangailangan ng bawat estudyante ko? Kailangan ba talaga niya nito? Kailangan ba natin mag-adjust natin teaching strategies para makahabol natin yung estudyante? Or kailangan ba talaga kailangan niya ba talaga itong bagay na ito? So, as you see, di ba? Lahat sila pantay-pantay nakakanood ng, of course, ng game because you were able to provide kung sino dapat yung pinaka-most na nangangailangan ng bagay na ito. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nangangailangan yung meron na. Meron kasing mga ibang side. Meron pa siyang pangailangan na parang, meron pa siya other side ng needs na kailangan, of course, i-provide. And you need to look after that one. Next is now go to our emotions. So, how does emotions impact learning? Emotions play in a role in how and why student learns. Emotions are inherently linked to and influence cognitive skills such as attention, memory, executive function, decision-making, critical thinking, problem-solving, regulation, all of which lay a key role in learning. Di pa pansin natin, nung tayo mga high school, di ba? Papasok si ma'am, galit. Class, take a seat. Ano siya? So, anong tendency natin doon? Bilang nung tayo mga nasa high school, di ba? Takot tayo, di ba? Nahihirapan tayo mag-focus kasi lahat ng gagawin natin, baka mamaya sigawan tayo. Ang tendency is that, of course, out of focus tayo, di tayo makapag-function na maayos kasi nga, galit si ma'am or si sir. So, as a future teacher po, kailangan marunong tayo kung paano i-handle yung emosyon natin pag tayo nasa unahan na po. Okay? Hindi sa lahat ng oras, ipakita mo na sobrang strict ka na teacher. It is actually really good if you will let yourself be open. But not too much open. Like, approachable for your students. Okay? Kasi mas gusto nila yun. Na nabibigyan sila ng attention. Diba? So, yan. Ayan, just like this one, di ba? Ang teacher na masungit, ang hirap pag-approach. Diba? Ikaw na lang lumapit siya kay ma'am, ganyan. So, next we got here, self-awareness, self-management that will lead toward social awareness, decision skill, and of course, a better decision making. So, yan po yung pagkasunod niya. For our self-awareness po, it is the ability to understand one's own emotion, thoughts, and interest. The ability to recognize one's own strength and weaknesses. So, that is the definition of self-awareness. You being aware kung ano ba ang emotion mo. Baka mamaya, nagsabi ka ng ganito, isang estudyante. Tapos, hindi ka pala aware na, of course, offensive pala siya sa side niya. So, with that said, kailangan pong i-work out. Work out mo yun. Kung ano ba, dapat ba next time mag-isip muna ako 10 times bago sabihin ba o gawin. So, self-management, the ability to manage one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, the ability to cope up with the difficult situations effectively. Social awareness, the ability to understand other perspective and show empathy with others, especially those people coming from individual different backgrounds, culture, and context. So, naka-highlight po yung word na empathy. So, lagi po natin ma-encounter yung word na empathy pagdating po sa social emotional literacy class. Ano nga ba pinagkaiba ni empathy pati ni sympathy? So, empathy is active while sympathy is active. For example, ganito, no? Meron akong friend na malungkot kasi bumagsak siya sa exam. Niya, bes, bumagsak ko sa exam, bes. Sobrang cry-cry ko. Ang taong sympathetic, ganito ang gagawin niya. Ano, bit? Ako nga may ginawa pa ako sa bahay. So, mag-review lang tayo next time na maayos, ha? So, tawag dito, next time, dapat pataasan na tayo ng score. Tapos sabihin pa niyan, ako nga yung para lagi na-highlight yung sarili. Diba? It's good. It's good that you're sympathetic. You were able to showcase that you feel sorry. But of course, it's still a passive. It still doesn't do anything for the malungkot na friend mo na yun. Kasi it's passive. Unlike sa empathy, you're able to put yourself on the shoe nung kausap mo. It's active. Paano po yun? 'Di ba? You were able to get to get into the root of the problem. Tingnan nyo, bakit? Ano bang nangyari? Sabi niya, ay kasi may nangyari ganito. Ah, kaya pala. Tapos bigay ka ng advice, offering comfort. So, you were able to be actively give, 'di ba? Give advice to your friend instead of being sorry only. Okay po, so empathy at sympathy. Yeah, so relationship skills, the ability to build positive relationship with the different diverse individuals and groups. Oh, sorry. There you go. So, how to improve yung ating skill na yon? So, by giving them group assignment. Second, through active listening and communication. And third, by assigning seats and changing them often. So, pagdating ng third year ninyo, third year pa fourth year per sem, magkakaroon kayo ng FS, field study, in which you will assigned na paano mag-assign ng seats o seating arrangement sa mga estudyante. Ante po sa inyan, make sure that your seating arrangement always promote group activity o yung madaling i-group ka agad. For example, pabilog na seating arrangement. Or for example, symposium na style, yung paikot, yung half na half na bilog. So, maraming pwedeng maging uri ng, of course, mga seating arrangement. So, but of course, all of this, itong tatlong to, hindi lamang po limited sa ganyan, ang mga suggestions for you to improve their social skills po. Okay pa? So, decision making. The ability to choose solutions to challenges, making the right decision at the right time can save you. Students can learn how to make their own dependent choices. For a moment, I am so sorry for that one. Okay? So, strategies to incorporate yung ating social, emotional literacy, especially sa ating pagtuturo po, na? First is promoting journal writing. So, na-upload ko sa inyo ito last month pa ata o last week lang. So, reflective writing involves critically analyzing an experience, recording how it was impacted you and what you plan to do with your new knowledge. So, one is sa mga effective na way for you to be, of course, magkaroon ka ng being socially and emotionally literate is for you to write what happened during the day. Diba? So, paano po siya? Diba? Pag may nangyari, bakit? Today, nadapa ako sa hagdan ng school. Bakit ka nadapa? Kasi habang naglalakad ako, gumagamit ako ng phone. So, in conclusion, moving forward, I won't be using phone while I'm going downstairs. So, of course, diba, meron ka na agad conclusion or realization kung bakit nangyari yon. So, you got your new knowledge. And, of course, you'll apply that one moving forward. So, that's why it's important for you to write journal writing. So, yung aking assignment ko sa inyo, no, yung 1 month journal writing, that includes your weekends po. Kung ano nangyari with of course, realization or yung conclusion ninyo. Ayan. Dear Diary, as usual, today I'm going to share my whole day experience with you. It was a glorious day for me as I have recently, and so on and so forth. So, next, encourage read alouds for perspective talking. Ano yung read alouds na yan? Yung read aloud na yun, yung babasahin mo ng malakas yung isang bagay. 'Di ba? Pag nagtatawag ako sa inyo sa klase, no, sige, pabasa nga nito. Ikaw, student 1. So, babasahin niya. It is actually, ang sense po kasi nun, hindi lang siya for, of course, to see kung nakabasa ba ng maayos yung student na yun, but also to promote yung, of course, yung ating social emotional learning, opportunity for perspective taken to discussion, whatever being read. So, para merong chance yung mga sa likod, marinig pag narinig nila yun, pwede sila makisalamuha kung ano ang kanilang narinig from the very back. So, it promotes talaga friendly reading po para sa lahat. So, especially pag meron kayong mga estudyante na grade 7, di ba? O, malay niyo sa inyo kahit second year, secondary kayo, meron magturo sa elementary, di ba? So, magandang paraan, once again, read aloud, no? Kahit isang estudyante, o mas maganda, chorus reading, 'di ba? Para sama-sama po ang lahat magbasa. Yan, example yan, no, 'di ba? Oh. Best friends sila. So, use art to encourage expression. Art is a great medium of expression and social emotional learning can also practice through art. Art is a great coping strategy for managing stress. Moreover, working with partners help promote teamwork, collaboration, cooperation, sharing, and relationship skill. This again is a great way to practice both self-awareness and social awareness. Remember, the function ng art, diba? To express emotions. To express the emotion ng painter na yon, or to elicit emotion coming nung viewer. Diba? Yun yung purpose ng art. So, nagpa-activity kayo, of course, if you wanted to elicit an emotion, or of course, if you want them to express their emotions, isang bagay, you may incorporate art, okay? Para makita mo talaga kung ano yung ramdaman nila. So, madalas dyan, makikita mo sa mga bata, di ba? If may problem sila sa bahay, so, may sa mga TV, di ba? Gulat na lang kayo. Sa buong family, tapos yung daddy ng bata doon sa ilalim ng lupa. So, baka mamaya may nangyari pa sa daddy ng bata, kaya siya malungkot palagi, o kaya siya parang na-isolate yung sarili niya. Of course, with that, sa art pa lang, kita mo na kung anong rason, kung paano nag-evade ang bata, okay? Discussing empathy. So, of course, be able not discuss, but also be able to promote empathy sa buong klase. Okay pa? Yan. So, hold class meetings. So, yung, hindi naman technically, di ba, yung uso-uso ng high school, yung open forum ba yun? Tapos maya-maya, ikaw na pala yung pinagpepiestahan, na sa'yo lahat ng galit ng estudyante nyo, no? So, medyo nakatakot yung ganun. Pero, syempre, it is a great way din para malaman mo, may ganun pala akong ugali. But, you know what? Bilang isang teacher, ang magandang gawin natin is to use yung tinatawag nating homeroom lesson o homeroom time. Diba? Meron nakaalat na ganyan yung 1 hour. Kasi na high school ako, 1 hour kasi kami homeroom. So, during the homeroom, doon mo sila kukumustahin. Class, how are you, class? Is there any problem sa any subject? Meron ba dyan merong parang problem about sa kanilang classmate? Sa classmate, diba? Parang gusto magkala pag-close na yon. So, meron dyan problem about sa classroom. Meron bang gusto magpalit ng seating arrangement? So, mga ganun mga bagay. So, of course, tuwing class meeting, homeroom meeting, no? Kahit maaari, yung medyo personal na, i-promote, sabi mo lang sa lanas, yung mga personal things na di masabi, sabi na sa akin after the homeroom. Ayan. Ayun, mga open forum na yan. Ayan na nga, ayan. Yan na nga, lahat may galit sa isa't isa. So, practice mindfulness. So, being mindfulness in the classroom can help teach kids how to calm down before the big test or before their big problem. Manage their emotions when they are upset. So, of course, practice mindfulness. Iba yan. Ako, baka mamaya. Oy, alam nyo ba, when I was, nung nag-i-intern ako during my 4th year, internship, 4th year, madalas ng mga bata talaga, hindi may iwasan yung may nagsusuntukan na lang sa gilid ng school. Diba? So, anong rason masusuntukan sila? Iba-iba yan. Minsan, boyfriend-girlfriend issues. Or madalas sila, or sa school, sa grade, bullying, nagkaasaran, di ba? So, of course, if you, bilang isang advisor ng klaseng ito, please, ikaw mismo maghuhubog sa kanila kung paano maging kalmado. Kung paano i-manage yung kanilang emotions if they will encounter this type of problems. Okay pa? Kasi sino bang tatawagan pag nagsuntukan? Tara pa klase mo. Di ba si advisor? Si advisor muna. Alagang tinatawag. Kayong teacher. Tapos next si parent. So, ganun po siya. Okay? Practice respectfully disagreeing. People going to disagree sometimes, however important to disagree respectfully. Ito yan. Of course, hindi sa lahat ng oras, may mga bagay na pumapabor sa inyo. Aside from practicing how to respectfully disagree, of course, you need to practice on how to accept yung mga disagreeing side na yon. Ayan. Kasi baka mamaya, ay nag-disagree, baka may galit sa akin, ganito, ganyan. Pero isipin mo, meron siyang ibang opinion or meron siyang ibang suggestions. Kasi hindi lang naman ikaw yung tao sa mundo, okay? So, paano po tayo mag-respectfully disagree? For example, pag isang estudyante, pag ang co-worker mo nagbigay ng tawag dito, ng idea kung paano maggawa ng isang event at mag-handle na event, napansin mo parang pangit ng idea niya. Hindi mo parang sabihin, ang pangit ng idea mo, no? Disrespectful siya. Alam mo magandang gawin yan is that, since of course, nag-work naman na ako sa mga corporate, ganito. And I really do appreciate your suggestions. We'll take that into consideration. So, ayan. As simple as that. Diba? We'll take that into consideration. So, parang hindi naman ibig sabihin na, ay, na-disagree ako. Pero at the same time, parang titingnan naman nila yung side ko. Kung pwede ba itong gawin project plan na to o hindi. So, mga ganun mga bagay. You can look sa mga online or sa other, mag-google lamang kung anong pwedeng term o phrase pamalit ng ganitong medyo kakaibang disagreeing word or disagreeing line. Ayan, playing games. Ayan. So, cooperative learning games help to promote social learning. It helps kids to become more self-aware, develop positive relationship, and make positive decisions. So, yung playing games to, make sure po na group playing games, di ba? Of course, apakalaki ng impact ng laro, play sa bata. Especially pag group play po ito. Diba? It will promote positive relationship as well as yung ating tinatawag na collaboration, brainstorming with students. Diba? Of course, it would lead them, of course, in a positive and, of course, a better decision. Okay? So, play. Laro lang. So, as now go towards the role of parents and teachers in teaching social skills to children. So, after all, tayo rin po mag-teach po ng skills na ito sa estudyante niya, ating mga estudyante. Schools, wrong grammar. Schools are the place where children spend majority in of their time with peers. So, yung first roles sa school. While teachers do not have to teach a class social skills, they can take advantage of every opportunity to help children to improve their social skills. So, teacher should be alert to teasing and bullying and aware of children that are rejected or ignored by the others class. Okay, pagpansin nyo na parang may isang estudyante na nilalayuan, diba? Of any reason, bigla siya nilalayuan, kumustahin nyo na. Hindi yung ngayon kasabay pa kayo, maligo ka kasi kaya ka nilalayuan. Kasi, ibig sabihin lang nun, you're promoting bullying. Diba? So, as a teacher, wag nyo lang sabayan yung joking, yung pagbiruan, especially if pang teasing talaga siya sa mga student mo. Okay? So, yan. So, the modern age calls for young professionals to develop situational awareness and social intelligence in both technological and traditional communications to succeed in their academic and career endeavor. So, peers and school play a formative role on social skill development on children. So, of course, your peers, your friend, as well as the school community, including of different stakeholders natin, si ating mga ate kuya, di ba? So, pag may nakasumunod tayong ate kuya sa daan, di ba? O sa ating school hallway. So, of course, maganda, i-greet din natin sila. Hindi yung tipong dumaan lang sa tapat natin, tatarayan nyo pa, aapakan nyo pa yung napunasan ni ate kuya, di ba? So, be mindful din po pagdating po sa iba't ibang ating stakeholders ng ating paaralan. Okay? So, why is social emotional learning is important or beneficial for students and teachers? So, SEL can help students better understand and identify their emotions. It can help them develop empathy, increase self-control, and manage stress. It also helps them build better relationship and interpersonal skills that will serve them in school and beyond, helping them succeed as adult. Okay? So, ikaw, abang bata pa ang mga inyong magiging mga estudyante, teach them how to manage yung kanilang social and emotional skills. Diba? Kasi, ang batang basag ulo, ngayon walang mararating yan. Ako, baka mabuti ko mabuhay pa yan. So, you need to learn or teach them. Hubugin mo sila kung paano magkaroon ng magandang interpersonal skills or social skills with the others. So, para meron siyang strong relationship or connections. So, SEL is all about helping students to learn to cope and deal with their stress and worries. It creates safe learning environment for kids because they get to talk about their emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. They also get to learn coping skills to manage their mental wellness. So, of course, and ang SEL po hindi lang mga po siya for social interaction. It is also for the mental wellness din o yung ating holistic wellness ng estudyante rin. So, pagka ang estudyante self-aware siya, marunong na siya sa mag-self-management ng kanyang emotion, it is actually really healthy para sa kanyang mental health. So, you need to teach them how to, of course, give some advice on how to handle those type of emotions. Kasi alam naman natin kung gaanong kataas ang rate o kataas ang bilang ng depression sa bansa na to, especially amongst ang mga kabataan. Diba? So, we need to help them out. So, for the teachers naman po, SEL helps teachers manage stress and burnout. So, alam natin, especially pag public teacher ka na, dami mong paperworks. Diba? So, kailangan natin matuto kung paano natin handle yung burnout na tawag, yung pagod sa trabaho. So, wait lang ha. Yan. Practicing self-awareness, they are more tuned with their emotions and aware of things that cause them stress. Knowing the triggers enables them to coping strategies to reduce the risk of becoming overwhelmed. Uy, eto nga pala. So, one practice sa CVS is that while teaching, you cannot hold. Wala ka dapat hawak. You should not bring anything in front. Marker lang. Kasi, pag may hawak kang eraser, stick, lalo na pag stick, di ba? Yung pinapanturo-turo, di ba? So, pwede ang clicker naman. Pag meron kang stick, ang tendency nun, baka mamaya hindi mo makontrol sarili mo, may hampas mo na sa estudyante. So, ang dami nangyaring ganun, especially yung mga early, like, 2010s, ganito, yung usong-uso pa yung batuhan ng chalk, hampasan ng ruler sa kamay, di ba? Ngayon, hindi na siya pinapromote. Kasi hindi siya maganda sa mental health ng bata. Magpo-promote siya ng takot. Okay? So, bilang teacher din, hanggat maaari, wala po tayong hawak na kung ano man sa unahan. Ang hawak natin is marker. Pag may isusulat lamang po, pag walang sulat, ibaba si marker. And of course, your clicker. Yung sa may PPT, di ba? Yung pinapang remote. So that is all for our discussion for social and emotional literacy. Once again, your 1 month, of course, 1 month journal was already uploaded na pala sa ating Good Classroom. So, thank you very much for listening. Have a great day. Bye for now. Ano ba ito?